Hey superstars, it's your girl Malika, aka Miss Magic, back with another video. Today we're going to talk about hair thinning and the best ways to avoid it. But first, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button for me, give me a big thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about hair thinning over 40, how to prevent it. One thing's for sure, most women, and of course men, are going to thin. And you start, some men and women start thinning in their 20s. It can be hereditary, but a lot of times it is not hereditary. It is what we are doing to our hair that is making our hair thin. And we're going to talk about the ways that we can stop that. And when I say stop that, I'm talking about all women, but I'm mostly talking about black women, African American women. So let's get right on into it. So first, I'm going to give you a little backdrop on my journey. My hair, I'm going to show you right here. My hair would never go past my shoulders. I didn't know why. I thought I was doing everything I was supposed to, but clearly I wasn't. And this is from my 20s on to where I'm at, well, about 10 years ago. I couldn't understand it. And guess what, guys? I'm a hairstylist, and I didn't understand the fundamentals of hair. Yes, I learned the basics in school. I learned that, but I didn't understand the fundamentals of how to grow hair and why my hair was not growing. So when I started my natural journey 10 years ago, I basically looked in the mirror one day and I had a relaxer, and my hair was dull, no shine, just horrible. And I was like, what's going on? And I just basically, I didn't do a big chop, but I said, something just snapped at me and said, you got, and this is before natural became a thing. Like, I said, you got to get rid of this relaxer. It's got to go. So what happened was, I got a sew-in. I kept the sew-in for a little while, maybe a couple of months, and after that, when I took it down, I started seeing my natural curl pattern. When I washed my hair, of course, they had the relaxer on the ends, but I started seeing my natural curl pattern, and that's when I decided I'm gonna go ahead and transition. I didn't like relaxers anyway, so I transitioned. Which brings me to the #1 way to prevent our hair from thinning. Ladies, I know y'all don't wanna hear this, but you got to get rid of that relaxer. It aids in thinning our hair. I mean, it's going to speed up the process of your hair thinning. And guys, just don't take it from me. I actually Googled about thinning hair and relaxers, and I'm gonna read to you exactly what it says. Yes, hair relaxers can potentially thin hair, especially when you use improperly or an already thin or damaged hair. And so I wanna touch on that. The reason why, when I saw my relaxer for the last time, I knew my hair was damaged. It was already damaged. We're already over processing our hair. I don't care how well your stylist or you relax your hair. When you overlap relaxer on top of your hair, it's going to damage it. It's going to over process it. And when you over process that relaxed hair, it's basically going to die. And over time, the chemicals on the scalp, well, let me finish reading. So here's why and how relaxers can thin hair. Chemical damage. Relaxers contain strong chemicals like sodium hydroxide or ammonia thioglycolate, which breaks down the hair's natural bonds to alter its texture. This process can weaken the hair shaft, making it more susceptible to breakage and thinning. What I touched on, over processing. Applying relaxers too frequently or leaving them on for too long can severely damage the hair and scalp, leading to thinning and even hair loss. Basically, we're talking about our scalp, because once the scalp is damaged and our hair follicles are damaged, that's when you find out you're gonna lose that permanently. Those hair follicles will not grow back. They only give you a certain amount of time to piss them off before they say, I'm not coming back to her, okay? Pre-existing conditions. Relaxers can worsen thinning in individuals who already have fine or thin hair or who have pre-existing scalp conditions. Breakage. Relaxed hair is prone to breakage, especially if not properly cared for. This breakage can lead to uneven lengths and thinner overall appearance, which is exactly what was going on in my head. Okay, so that's the number one to me in African American women. Reasons why your hair is maybe thinning prematurely. You might start to see thinning as bad as bald spots. That comes from relaxers and not properly getting a relaxer, properly taking care of your relaxer, just overall. And my clients say, you just don't want me to have a relaxer because you like to do natural hair. You just talk. No, it is a proven fact that relaxers damage your hair over time, and it will go ahead and you will prematurely thin because of the relaxers. I understand some women my age, over 40, cannot let that relaxer go because it was so embedded into us by our parents, by our mothers, our grandmothers, and we just can't let it go. But I remember back when I went to my great-great-grandmother's house when I was a child, and she had a picture of her mother. No, it was my great-grandmother. She had a picture of her mother, and she had a long, beautiful, gray ponytail all the way down to the ground. Her hair was gorgeous. And why? Because she kept it washed, and probably washed and moisturized and kept it in that braid forever. They didn't know nothing about no relaxer. There wasn't no relaxers around. Relaxers didn't come around till our mothers and maybe your grandmother. And everybody wanted that straight look. It was embedded in us that, unfortunately, that for our hair to look straight is the natural, the norm way that we should be looking, instead of wearing our natural, beautiful hair. I wear my natural hair all the time, I know, but since silk presses came out with that flat iron, that ceramic flat iron that doesn't really damage your hair, I'm still in that mode where I like my hair straight and curled. But I love my natural look. I love it to death, but I get options. I love it. But that's not what I'm going too far. That's not what we hear about. I'm here to tell y'all how to prevent thinning. Okay, so we done. We're off of relaxers. 2, keep your hair moisturized. That is very, very important. When I say moisturize, that means deep condition. After you wash your hair, always use a conditioner after you wash your hair. And then once a week, or once every 2 weeks, make sure you deep condition. Deep conditioning consists of using a hair mask, using something that says deep conditioner. You can even get away with regular conditioner as long as you comb it through, put a cap on your head, and put some type of heat to it. You can use a heat cap, go under the dryer, blow dry it to your head, put a warm towel around your hair. Anything that will bring some heat to your hair will let the conditioner penetrate into the scalp and moisturize your hair. If you do this, that keeps the hair healthy, that keeps the scalp happy, and it will prevent thinning. All right, number 3 that helps us keep our hair from thinning: length retention. A lot of y'all don't want to hear this. I done did a couple of videos and I get combat from the comments. Y'all keep on fighting me on this, but I'm telling you, you must keep your hair trimmed, not cut, trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. You gotta keep these ends together. They cannot be split. And what I mean by that is, if our hair constantly grows from our scalp, never stops. Never stops until them hair follicles say bye. It never stops. Our hair continuously grows. So if you say, Miss Magic, well, if my hair continuously grows, why is it not getting longer? You're not getting your length retention because your ends are split. You are not cutting your ends. I don't know how often you cut your ends. Now, I'm not talking about, we got some women out here on YouTube, out here in these streets, head down to their butt, probably ain't clipped their ends in 100 years, but they have that thick, coarse, beautiful hair that no matter what they do, or they have more hair strands on their scalp that makes up for the fact that their hair is splitting, so they got the other hair that's growing down to their butt. I'm talking about women like us, just regular hair, just like me, and you wondering, why is my hair not growing? It's because you're not keeping your ends clipped. Period, point blank. Your ends split from the bottom up. They split from the bottom up. Our hair grows from our scalp down, but your ends split from the bottom up. If you clip your ends on a regular basis and keep that split ends away, your hair will grow. You will have instant length retention. I'm sorry. So I had to learn that the hard way. I didn't like cutting my hair. I didn't like getting my ends clipped, and that's why my hair would never grow past my shoulders. I had to learn that the relaxer was one reason, and me not getting my ends trimmed regularly was a reason. And I'm not telling y'all to cut y'all hair, and I'm not telling you to go to if your hairstylist is chopping your hair, when you tell her just to give you a trim, then you need to change hairstyles. I am not telling y'all to cut y'all hair. I am just telling a nice light dusting every 6 to 8 weeks. That's all. Don't do it yourself, because it can be easily messed up unless you a professional or you've been doing it, blah, 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 blah. So that's number 3, length retention. If you don't like it, sorry, but it's the truth. Number 4, the number 4 way of keeping your hair from thinning. Do not lay down in that bed. Do not lay down on that couch. Do not get in the easy chair without tying your hair up. I mean, every night. I'm talking about even if you come in sloppy drunk or whatever, tie your hair up. Going to bed or laying on a surface, it's gonna kill your hair. That's what's going to get the ends all split and broken, cause all that friction, laying down, turning, tossing and turning. I don't even care if you lay still. Even when you lay your head on that pillow or couch or whatever, you're going to have some friction, and it's going to cause breakage. I do not lay down since the time, I want to say, not since I went natural, but I learned that maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I haven't went to bed with my hair not covered in 6 to 7 years, period. Because I learned that messes up your hair. It doesn't matter. Even when you laying back on the couch and you got one of those couches that got some type of whatever. I don't give a damn. If it's not leather, I don't care. And some people say, well, I use a silk pillow, I use a satin pillowcase. I still say tie your hair up every night. That will prevent your hair from breaking, and that will prevent your hair from thinning out. All right, number 5 on my list of how to keep your hair from thinning: stay away from harsh dyes and bleach. Baby, I know we love our hair color. I got my clients that they can't live without their blonde, they can't live without the orange, the whatever color is hot right now, they can't live without it. It's a touchy subject because I do hair. This is how I make my money. But those harsh dyes and bleaches are just not good for your hair for obvious reasons. But I'll break it down. When you put bleaches and dye in your hair needs to be triple moisturized than it already needs to be in the first place. And most women do not take care of their hair the way they're supposed to. I've got some clients who can take a dye. Man, they can take, like I said, we go back to the women who can grow long hair and not really take care of their hair. Some women can get colors and bleaches and their hair thrives. It just keeps growing and keeps growing. But the majority of women, when they put those bleaches and dyes in their hair will thin or break, because our hair just cannot take that. The breakdown of the bleach and the dye on the hair, over time, your hair just can't take it. I've seen it. I've got clients that are going bald because of it, and it is what it is. Like I said, once your hair follicles say bye, I'm good, I'll see you later, peace, they're not coming back. So we want to try to keep those hair follicles there as long as possible. And when I say, I don't just mean bleach, I mean you just never know what these ingredients these people put in these dyes. I do use dye, but I try to look at the ingredients and see how harsh it is, but you just never know. And henna, don't use henna. My mother made that mistake. She was using that henna and it just ravaged her hair. I'm talking about ravaged it to the point of she has hair, but you can tell it just thinned it. Once again, some people thrive by using henna, but I just disagree with it, using it for black women. Okay, number 6, to help prevent your hair from thinning, protein treatments. I have a video, dedicated video. I have actually 2 videos on protein treatments, but this is my better one that did well. So this is how you use a protein treatment. I say use a protein treatment if your hair is damaged at least 4 times a year, no more than that. No more than 4 times a year. If it's doing okay after you've done that, you can take it down to 3 times a year. And then once your hair starts thriving, take it down to 2 times a year. I've only done it 1 time this year, so I'm going to do it 1 more time because I feel like my hair is as strong as it can be right now. It is really thriving. It is really growing. Yeah, so also cholesterol treatments. Now you could do I believe in getting cholesterol. Hold on, let me get my cholesterol. I'm going to show y'all exactly what it looks like. This is what cholesterol look like. This is old school. They've been selling cholesterol for I don't know how long, but this is just one. I had an olive oil, which I like better than this, but this is Queen Helen cholesterol. This might cost $3, but this helps strengthen the hair as well. Like I said, if you do a protein treatment, there are steps to it, so don't forget to watch that video that I have. And then I also have a video on how to do a cholesterol treatment, which is very simple. Cholesterol is nothing but a thicker conditioner. It helps bring back elasticity to your hair as well as the protein, and just makes your hair stronger. So I really recommend doing this. You can do this every other week. This is not I'm not gonna say damaging, because protein does not damage your hair, but you can get a protein overload, which will actually make your hair have the opposite effect. It'll get hard and brittle. So that's why you only want to do protein treatments 4 times a year, and you can do cholesterol treatments at any time. So, and this, guys, is not just for women over 40, and it's not just for black women. This is for all women. So I just want to make that clear. We have beautiful hair. I think I stopped my thinning. I actually went the opposite way because my hair has never been this thick. I've never had super thick hair anyway, but it's doing very well, and I think I've mastered the art of keeping my hair for as long as I can. Father Time is going to do what it's going to do. I'm not saying that your hair is never going to thin, but we can prevent it from coming too soon. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button for me, give me a big thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. I hope to see you guys soon. You look at my past, present, and future videos. Love you guys. Bye.